What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down what's really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO's down 1.38%, 641 the low, 651 the high. So you are seeing a little bit of a back and forth, a lot of volatility, and that's because of shorts. So at the time of doing this video, shorts are increasing 2.1 million shares, 11.49% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 177.35 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts are definitely fairly active this morning and making up for roughly around 60% of the volume at the time of doing this video. So this is why you're seeing a lot of back and forth, because there was a pretty good catalyst, in my opinion, that did come out for NIO to really move higher. But at the same time, there's a lot of reasons why shorts are increasing. So I'll kind of cover both. What did come out, which in my opinion is a good catalyst, is this. So ONVO CEO did confirm that there was over 10,000 deliveries of the L90 in August. So NIO loves to throw out numbers and milestones. Very rarely do they ever hit them, which negatively impacts their stock price. But they actually did hit it. So this, in my opinion, is pretty good, if you ask me. Aside from that, though, NIO, I think shorts are trying to kind of suppress it because of options. So even looking here, this is the open interest. You have 24,000 at that 650. Market makers and shorts have a financial interest in having most of this expire worthless. So this is probably why shorts are hitting it hard straight out the gate, just to ensure that it does not get above 650. So again, that's kind of why. Plus today is the last trading day before NIO's earnings. So NIO's earnings are September the 2nd in the early morning. So in case you don't know, September the 1st is a holiday. So that's why the market's closed and why today is the last trading day. So some estimates though, negative 31 cents for the earnings per share, 2.76 billion for the revenue. Over the last 90 days, 2 positive and 2 negative revisions to the earnings per share. Over the weekend, I'll do a little bit more of a deeper dive on exactly what to expect in certain kind of scenarios and where things might be going. Plus, in between from now and September the 2nd, you also do have their August numbers coming out. So a lot of things for the market to essentially digest. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. My apologies on not doing that many NIO videos. I did go on vacation to Maui, got rather burnt and all the other fun jazz. So it was a fun old time, but there was a lot of crazy activity with NIO, kind of moved up quite a lot, but shorts at the same time have been starting to wake up a little bit more. Some new ratings that did come out. 3 days ago, there was a $8 buy, JP Morgan, a $6.50 buy by Morgan Stanley, Tim, who has a 46% success rating. So all in all, it's pretty good as a consensus. $5.19 though, so rather low. So it does represent a 19.47% downside from these levels. So still a lot of analysts are hesitant about NIO, and most likely all of this will change. So I think their upcoming earnings will be a pretty big catalyst among itself, dependent on if they can actually hit their marks. And I think it's going to be much more than just their key metrics. It's going to be what they give for guidance and how that's all going to play out. So yeah, we'll have to kind of just wait and see. But when it comes down to NIO, looking at the options right now, once the market just opened roughly around 30 minutes ago, you do have 1.2 million in calls, 297,000 in puts. 57% of all the options being done are bearish in nature. Some of that could be because of the broader market, and that is them digesting this right here, which does kick off for the States August the 29th, so today. So when it comes to this, a lot of analysts are starting to say that this is kind of the pretenses of what happened in the dirty 30s, and we all generally kind of know what happened for that. So you can kind of feel free to pause the video, read through that at your leisure. But I think that's one thing that is causing algorithmic trading to really suppress a lot of stocks, including possibly even NIO. When it comes to the options for today, the bulls are under the impression that $7 is on the table today. So still a lot of optimism. Kind of interesting to think that they think it's $7 is coming today, but nonetheless, I'm not going to diminish that. As far as going into next week though, so that would be encumbering their earnings, people do feel 950 and above is realistic. Bears are anticipating for $6 sub for going into next week as well. So something again to keep in mind, but this is the open interest regardless. Even if it can stay above $6, which I think is fair to assume, you're going to have 16,000 at that 6, 11,000 at the 550, 7,000 at the 5, 5,000 at the 450, and so forth. It would be advantageous for it to close above 650 or let alone even 7. Best case scenario, but it is what it is. As far as today, there hasn't been all that much in transactions on the secondary market so far, only one, and that was for $100,000. So most of the volume is coming from actual just algorithmic trading as well as shorts, and you're not really seeing that much in transactions on the dark pool as of right now. So one big one first thing though, so 1.3 million, but aside from that, nothing really crazy with it right now at 639. It is trading between this R1 and the pivot, so 591 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see that being touched whatsoever today, even worst case scenario. Flip side, 659 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, and potentially that's where shorts as well will really try to ensure that NIO does not get above that 650 mark, let alone that 659. So that one might as well possibly be off the table, but you never know. NIO somehow just gets a rush of institutions, and you might see some level as well of FOMO going into the second half of today for NIO's earnings. So just watch for 659 at the end of the day. Aside from all that fun stuff, there hasn't been all that much in news for NIO, as you can kind of see. So not all that much. Most likely once NIO's earnings do come out, this is where you'll see a rush of new articles. But aside from that though, on the actual chart, it is currently above and kind of flirting with the ALMA, but regardless above all the key moving averages that generally I like to look at. Stochastic RSI is breaking off of the overbought status, so that's kind of a good thing. So I think over the last couple of trading days, a lot of the volatility is starting to kind of push this lower, so resetting the technicals going into their earnings might be fairly advantageous. But then again, nothing really wrong with the stock being overbought as it does correct. So at the end of the day, I think NIO, it's going to come down to the numbers and what they do give for future guidance for not only for August, but technically for their upcoming earnings as well. So it should be a fun time. Let me know your thoughts on NIO. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? Are you doing anything leading into their earnings with options? I know I've seen a lot of individuals posting comments more kind of associated to options, which is good. I think a lot of investors, or not enough investors, do options because you can make a ton of money by doing that. It's just all based on timing and whether you get the kind of your general sentiment correct or not. But what's your viewpoint? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And the one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point, so worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.